Hi everyone, Gordon here. Today I'll talk about cybersecurity. So now I've seen that this is a big problem uh, anywhere in the world. So on almost on a daily basis, I read a post by a Facebook friend in most cases that their Facebook account has been attacked by cybercriminals or hackers, and that we should ignore any post coming from such an account. So customers as also my customers and friends sometimes have been asking me what these cyber attacks are and how they can be avoided, how they are carried out. Then they also ask what they can do when, to avoid them or when they have already been attacked. Then there's also a question of what is the motive behind this? Why do these criminals attack their victims? A cyber attack is, in most cases, an attempt to invade a computer or a phone system, multiple computers or phones, or a network infrastructure with the intent to cause some sort of harm. So criminals launch cyber attacks to disrupt, disable, or gain unauthorized access to someone's device. And this time, it's not limited just to it's not just limited to computers and phones. There is what is called Internet of Things. You may have heard about that. These machines and other gadgets which are remotely or controlled using the internet, these can also be attacked. You may also have heard about self-driving cars from Tesla, manufactured by Tesla, and they use software on the internet. These actually can also be vulnerable. So there are many things actually which are controlled by the on internet online now. So when we talk about cybersecurity, it covers a wide range of tools and machines. So, and you will know that unlike in the past, right now the internet is part of our life. So the other thing is, you ought to know that a successful cyber attack can enable a cyber criminal, or what some people call them hackers, to steal, to manipulate or destroy critical data on the victim's device, like a computer or a smartphone. So these criminals can also leverage a compromised system to further launch attacks against other computers or environment. So they use this computer or smartphone as a launch pad now. So from there, because for example, when they get data about your friends, say on Facebook, friends and your family, so they can use that data to easily attack those now. So it becomes much easier for them to attack those others when they gain entry into your or access to the software that you are using or the apps that you are using on your smartphone or on your Windows, Mac, iOS operating systems. So now the question, what is the motive? What makes them do these things? From financial gains to swaying public opinion to cyber warfare, there's a multitude of objectives driving cyber attacks. And over the years, the bad actors have evolved from the script kiddies, as we used to call them in the past, of the 1990s, to very, very, very sophisticated advanced criminals and groups that have access to a lot of technological and financial resources. So they have a lot of resources. They have the technology. So it's not like nowadays, like just one person, then because he just wants to show off his knowledge, something like that. Now these are organized criminals, very organized. They work together. They network So this is the reason why a cyber attack is something that you should really worry you. When it has not happened to you, sometimes you can say, well, what it is. But these people are capable of stealing millions from your bank account. These criminals now, they can, because in Africa, for those of you who are in the Western world, in Africa, we have some of the best transactions using our smartphones, our phones, just another phone. In most cases, they call it mobile money. So now they can even attack that. So you that's why this makes cybersecurity a very important uh, issue. So now, how do they do it? That's another question. So there are several apps on Google Play designed to perform malicious activities such as stealing user credentials and other sensitive user information. So because of the number and popularity of these apps, some of them have been installed by over 100,000 times, and for that reason, I have decided to talk about this problem because when you look at the number of these apps, the number of times these apps are installed, sometimes on a daily basis, it should really worry us. So it is something I feel worth talking about, worth making everyone out there aware of this potential danger. So I think one of the most notorious apps, especially on Facebook, has been the face stealer. I've tried to show you the snapshots of these of face stealer, so that sometimes when you see that you should know that it's face stealer. So a very notorious malicious app. So what does it do? It steals passwords and disguises itself as a fitness, photo editing, and other apps. So when you are looking for these pictures, for these apps to edit your photos, and sometimes in order to learn these fitness tactics, beware of such malicious apps. The other thing is that Face Stealer spyware was first documented in July 2021 in a report by uh, a website called Dr. Web, telling people in detail how it stores Facebook credentials from users via fraudulent apps from Google Play. You can click on the link below. I've actually put a link below. You can click that so that it can take you to Dr. Web, so that you can learn more about these Facebook attacks. These stolen credentials could be used to compromise Facebook accounts for malicious purposes, definitely, such as phishing, phishing scams, fake posts, and ad bots. Then there was also a similar Trojan horse called Joker, another piece of mobile malware like Face Stealer, which changes its code frequently to delude to delude Google Play. Since its discovery, this spyware has continuously created havoc on Google Play. So you should, again, I'm frequently saying this. You should be worried about this. I'm not exaggerating this. This is a real big problem which should worry you, and you should be very, very conscious when you are on Google Play downloading these apps. There is also another app called Daily Fitness, OL. So claiming to be a fitness app, complete, and this one comes complete with exercises and video demonstrations. But like the initial variant, it was designed to steal Facebook credentials from its users. When a user when a user successfully logs into an account, the app collects the cookies. Now, cookies are small pieces of text sent to your web browser by a website you visit. They help that website to remember information about your visit, which can both make it easier to visit the site again and thus making this site more useful to you. So the spyware then can take advantage of that. So they can encrypt all the personal information, identifiable information, and send it to the remote server. These are their servers, of course. So the encryption key and address of the remote server are all taken from the downloaded configurations. This is done very fast, so fast that you are not even aware of that. You can't even see your computer or phone doesn't even lag like it's laden. So these things are very, very, very fast and very stealth. Another fake app named Enjoy Photo Editor shares many similar procedures with the Daily Fitness OL app. The primary method of stealing credentials in particular are the same, harvesting credentials by injecting JavaScript code and collecting cookies after the victim successfully log into the account. So this JavaScript actually is a programming language which is used in mostly by by criminals to code these scripts in order to attack. So because these are easier, they are more stealth, and it becomes very difficult for security solutions to detect that. So that's why they use JavaScript, different from the other flavors of Java, which are used to build actual website. But these are just scripts running in on a website unidentified. So, like Windows users, you may be aware that in Windows we have called what is called command prompt. So you can create batch scripts which you can control your computer, but they work in the background so you don't see it. Now, one thing is that this app is different from these others because it moves the downloaded configurations and then it uploads the victim's credentials to the native code, while also this app is somehow different from these others because of its behavior. So it will it will first move the it first to download the configurations, then upload the victim's credentials to the native code. Then the same app makes it more difficult to detect. Now you may ask, when all this is taking place, what does the Google do? Do they just sit there, do nothing while we are downloading things from their site, which is Google Play? No, Google works very hard, like extremely hard, to take down most of these malware. But that does not mean everything is okay, since on a daily basis, these criminals put on Google Play thousands and thousands of malware. So, just like in your country, the police and other law enforcement organizations, government organizations, they may work very, very hard to curb criminal activities, but thieves will still be there. Criminals doing committing different types of crimes will still be there. That's why they're also still there. Or that's why they're also working very hard, and that's what Google is doing. And not just Google, but there are also people like me right now. I'm trying to make you aware of this, just to make you, just to protect you, to help you to protect yourself from these criminals. I'll continue warning you about such things as we go on. And this is the other reason why you should subscribe to my YouTube channel, so that when they search a video, you're able to watch it and protect yourself. So I'm not saying I'll just be covering videos about security, but there will be other video about different things, producing documents and so on and so forth. So I forgot, there is another thing that FaceStealer does. So the app these apps are disguised as simple tools, such as a virtual private network, camera. So sometimes you may want an app or like a camera which on your phone, which you can use to take pictures. So or photo, sometimes for photo editing, and what I've already said, fitness. So they look like innocent, simple tools. But beware, they may not what they look like, you think they are. So users can also avoid such fake apps by, and this is very important, very, very, very important. Please pay particular attention to this. Users can avoid such fake apps by checking their reviews, especially the negative ones, to see if there are any unusual concerns or experiences from actual users who have downloaded and they use the apps before. So when you go there, so you can, like what you see in this, this is actually how you can check. Let me show you how you can check. So users should also apply due diligence to the developers and the publishers. Sometimes just even go to their websites and check how what is there, so that you can better avoid apps with dodgy websites or sketchy publishers. You should go to the websites. Sometimes you'll be even suspicious when you look at their websites. Try to also to read some of the things they have put on their websites. When you this is and this again is very, very, very important. How do you know that this website is fake? Not all of them, but most of them. When you find that there are a lot of spelling errors, grammar errors, just know that there's something fishy about that website, and don't download their apps. So finally, I also want to tell you that users should avoid downloading apps from third-party sources, since these are where many malicious actors host their fraudulent apps. So sometimes, what I mean here by third-party sources, that you click on an app, then that app will take you to a completely different website. Be careful. That is called redirect. So you are being redirected to another website. That's very. When you see that happening, be suspicious. Yes, of course, there are other genuine apps or genuine sites. When you click on a link or when you click on them, they will redirect you. Until we meet again in another video, please take care. Make sure that you protect yourself from these criminals. And don't forget to subscribe, to like, and also to like my video. Thank you very much.